Have you ever wished you could truly understand what someone is thinking, without them saying a single word? Imagine walking into a room and instantly knowing who's trustworthy, who's hiding something, or even who's secretly intrigued by you. Sounds like magic, right? But it's not magic. It's body language, and today I'm going to show you how to read anyone like an open book. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to master the subtle secrets of human behavior. Trust me, these skills will change the way you interact with everyone around you. Let's start with the basics. Body language isn't just about what someone does with their hands or their posture. It's a hidden language that reveals their emotions, intentions, and even thoughts. And here's the kicker. Most people aren't even aware of what they're projecting. That gives you a huge advantage. One of the first signs to watch for is mirroring. Have you ever noticed that when you're comfortable with someone, they start to mimic your movements, gestures, or even the way you speak? That's mirroring. It's the brain's way of building rapport, and it's often unconscious. If someone mirrors your body language, it's a strong sign they like you or feel aligned with you. On the flip side, if they deliberately avoid mirroring, it might mean discomfort or resistance. Another huge clue lies in the eyes. Eyes are more than just a window to the soul. They're a radar of emotion. Watch for pupil dilation. When someone's pupils widen, it's often a subconscious sign of interest or excitement. Conversely, rapid blinking or frequent looking away can indicate stress or dishonesty. And pay attention to the direction of the gaze. Looking up and to the right, they could be imagining or creating a story. Up and to the left, they're recalling something from memory. Now let's talk about microexpressions, those fleeting facial expressions that flash across someone's face in less than a second. They're the ultimate truth teller. A brief frown or smile that contradicts their words can reveal hidden emotions. Imagine someone says, "I'm fine," but their lips tighten for a split second. That's a subtle red flag. Detecting these takes practice, but once you start noticing them, it's like seeing the world in high definition. Then there's posture, which reveals confidence, dominance, or insecurity. Someone standing tall with shoulders back exudes authority. Slouched or closed-off posture, that could indicate fear, discomfort, or submissiveness. But here's the trick. Context matters. You can't just read a single gesture. You need to observe clusters of signals. Hands are another goldmine of information. Open palms often signal honesty and openness, while clenched fists or constantly fidgeting hands can indicate tension, frustration, or hidden stress. And crossing arms isn't always defensive. It can simply be someone feeling cold or seeking comfort. But paired with other signals, it becomes a stronger clue about their inner state. Here's where it gets really fascinating. The feet don't lie. Most people pay attention to hands and faces, but feet are brutally honest. Feet pointing toward the exit, they're ready to leave or uninterested. Feet pointing toward you, they're engaged and present. Even subtle foot tapping can reveal impatience or anxiety. And here's the part most people overlook: timing and rhythm. The pace of someone's gestures, speech, or laughter can reveal emotional states. A sudden slowdown may indicate thoughtfulness or caution. Rapid movements, excitement, or nervous energy. The trick is to notice deviations from their baseline behavior. Once you understand their normal rhythm, any change becomes a powerful insight. By now you might be thinking, "This is incredible, but it feels overwhelming." Don't worry, body language isn't about memorizing a list of signals. It's about tuning in, observing, and connecting the dots. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, almost like a sixth sense. And just when you think you've seen it all, there's a secret layer that most people never notice. Subtle, almost invisible cues that reveal intentions before a word is even spoken. Things so small that if you blink, you'll miss them. But I'm going to show you exactly how to spot them. Now that you've learned the basics, it's time to uncover the hidden layer, the subtle cues most people completely miss. These are the signs that separate casual observers from someone who can truly read anyone like a book. One of the most powerful tools is microshifts in posture. These are tiny, almost imperceptible adjustments. A shoulder tilt, a head turn, or a slight lean. Why do they matter? Because they reveal where attention and interest are focused. For instance, if someone subtly leans toward you while talking but then quickly leans back, it might indicate hesitation. They're drawn in, but something is holding them back. The key is noticing these small, repeated patterns over time. Next, let's talk about clustered gestures. One isolated signal can be misleading, but when several body language cues appear together, they paint a much clearer picture. For example, crossed arms alone may be comfort, But crossed arms, tightly pressed lips, and darting eyes, that's a strong indicator of defensiveness or distrust. Clusters are like pieces of a puzzle. You start seeing the full image only when you connect them. Here's a game-changing one: the subtle reveal movements. These are tiny gestures that betray someone's true feelings even when they're trying to hide them. A quick brush of the hair, a fleeting touch of the face, or an almost invisible bite of the lip can indicate nervousness, attraction, or even deceit. They're so fleeting that most people miss them. But once you start looking, it's almost like the person is speaking without words. Another layer lies in proximity and personal space. How someone positions themselves relative to you can reveal comfort levels, trust, or boundaries. If they consistently move closer over a conversation, they feel connected. Step back slightly, they might be pulling away emotionally. And it's not just about distance, it's about angle and orientation. Someone facing you squarely is engaged. Angling slightly away, that's a subtle cue of disengagement or caution. And let's not forget the voice-body connection. Tone, pace, and volume often mirror body language. A cheerful tone paired with closed-off posture, that's a mismatch, a red flag that words and body aren't aligned. Conversely, congruence, open posture, steady eye contact, and calm voice signals authenticity and comfort. Watching for these matches, or mismatches, can tell you far more than words ever could. Now here's the ultimate tip for reading people like a pro: always start with observation, not judgment. The goal isn't to assume motives immediately, it's to collect subtle clues, patterns, and clusters. Think of it like detective work. The moment you jump to conclusions, you risk missing the bigger picture. Patience and awareness are your best tools. Once you master this, you gain more than just insight, you gain influence. Understanding body language can help you build stronger relationships, negotiate better, and even diffuse tension before it escalates. Imagine knowing someone is nervous before a big presentation and subtly easing their anxiety by adjusting your tone, gestures, and proximity. That's real power, and it's all nonverbal. Before we wrap up, here's a secret most people overlook. People reveal themselves when they're most relaxed or distracted. Casual moments like waiting for coffee, scrolling on their phone, or chatting informally often expose true feelings. Pay attention to these low-guard moments. They're goldmines for understanding intentions without confrontation. Reading anyone like a book isn't about manipulation, it's about connection. When you understand what someone is feeling beneath the surface, you can respond with empathy, awareness, and confidence. And the best part? These skills aren't innate. They can be learned, practiced, and perfected. So start observing today. Watch gestures, notice clusters, listen to mismatched cues, and pay attention to micro moments. Your ability to understand others will grow exponentially, and soon, you'll be navigating conversations, meetings, and relationships with a clarity most people can only dream of. If you found this video helpful and want to master even more body language secrets, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a trick. Remember, every person you meet has a story written in their movements, expressions, and gestures. You just need to know how to read it.